Hey guys, LQ here. I'm back with my review of episode 6 of Survivor Edge of Extinction. Yes, we are now into 6 episodes of season 38 of Survivor. And this Survivor season has been kind of a bit of a up and down season for me. I've liked some of it a lot, and then it takes a dip, and there's a couple episodes that I don't like. And this last episode, it kind of went back up that roller coaster hill, and I liked the last one. So, what I think of this one? I gotta tell you, this was my favorite episode of the season. This was my favorite episode of the season, and it's because they finally revealed what they're doing with Edge of Extinction. They brought it back into play, and so they bring the tribes together, and everybody merges, and there's a challenge set up, and it looks like they're going to have a challenge. And then Jeff says, "There's always a twist," and he says, "Come on in." And comes in the inhabitants of Edge of Extinction, and the challenge is actually set up for them. So it's a challenge that's set up for them, and one of them is going to get back in the game. The winner of the challenge is going to get back in the game, and it was thrilling. Now it reminded me a bit of the Outcast twist from Survivor Pro Islands, and that was historically a twist that Jeff Probst infamously kind of didn't like. He didn't like bringing that aspect to Survivor. Um, I think it was done better this time, though. This time they were living out on edge of extinction. They were fighting to survive just like everybody else. And in fact, they probably had less than everybody else. So that was great. Um, and it was great seeing the players fight to get back in. And and um, at the end of the day, the news anchor, I forget his name. I want to say Jason, but the news anchor, he gets back into the game, and he was he would have been the one that I would have chosen to get back in because he's the one that I believe had the best chance of not getting immediately voted out because he had so many ties in his tribe, and his tribe was so close. If you remember at that tribal council where he got voted out, everybody loved everybody. It was a love fest. It was actually something I didn't like. I thought it took away from a lot of the dramatic stakes, but it was a love fest, and everybody was sad to see him go. So the fact that he came back in, I felt that gave him a good chance at reacclimating to his tribe and getting a foot in the door real quick. Um, of course, there was the talk to vote him out right away. That didn't happen, and I was glad that it didn't happen. I would have liked to have seen Aubrey get back in also, just because I think that she can grow, and she's a real good player, and I think that there's room for her to become a better player in this game. One of her problems is that everybody knows her gameplay, and that has really affected her negatively. So I think that she's got a shot at getting back in. Maybe less of a shot based on who they voted out today, but she's got a shot. Um, and I love the fact that when Jeff said, "You guys have a decision to make. You can go back to Extinction Island, or you can leave the game." I loved Aubrey's reaction. It was, "There's no doubt, I'm going back." I think she said, "Heck yeah!" She pumped her fist. That was some emotion, some drive, some passion that I love seeing out of players. I'm not dead. I'm still alive. I still got a shot. So I love that. I'll tell you who's growing on me also is Reem, the first person voted out. She's really growing on me as well. I didn't like her, and but her fight, her determination, her passion for the game, it's really growing on me. Um, the two fuddy-duddy deadbeats are the ones that went back to Extinction Island and raised the mast. There's no loss there. Keith raised the mast. He was useless, and then Wendy raised the mast, and like I said, she was a waste of a player. She was a waste of a player. She wasn't there to play the game. She was there for a social experience. And I don't like my players to be there for a social experience. I like my players to be there to play the game. Now, I respect what she said. She said, we've all had an opportunity that so many people want to have and can't have. So we have to be happy. We have to be happy. We had this experience. So I like that. I like her outlook on that. I still think she's a waste of a player though. So I wasn't sad to see her go. I wasn't sad to see Keith go. The immunity challenge was looked really hard. It looked really challenging. It looked it was one of those deceiving challenges where it doesn't look that hard. It's awfully simple, but you know that it was hard to do that challenge. And I thought Joe was going to walk away with it. He didn't walk away with it, and ultimately Joe was voted out. So my pick to win, Both of my picks to win are still alive. Um, I still love Kelly. She's doing a great job. I love Lauren too. Lauren's really grown on me. So I love both of them. I think that they're a great pair in this game, and I hope they make it a really long ways. Joe, I kind of figured that Joe would be one of the first ones out at the merge, and he was. But you got to think he's gonna get back in the game. Joe is such a challenge beast that you've got to think that he's gonna get back in the game. He's gonna pull an Aussie. I just feel that he's got the capability to do that. So let's see how that plays out. Overall, fantastic episode though. It was riding on all cylinders. Oh, and let's talk about the idol that the news anchor guy. Like I said, I think his name is Jason, but he gave to Dave. It gives Dave a lot of power in this game. Dave's quietly trying to put together a good game. I'm still not a big fan. I'm still not a big fan of Dave. Still not a big fan of the way he played the game early on, but he's quietly putting together a decent game. So good for him. Good on him. Still not a fan, but good on him. Um, yeah, this episode took another great turn, and this is why Survivor is in 38 seasons, because it constantly reinvents itself and it constantly does things that you're not expecting, and it continues to be entertaining. Yeah, great episode. Great episode. So that's my review of episode 6 of Survivor Edge of Extinction. What did you think of this episode? Let me know in the comments down below. Hey, if you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button. As always, thank you for being here where we talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about, and that includes Survivor. Until next time, see you later.